You all need to have either a tea towel or a bib or a belt or something of some sort that you can use to twist around the ankles. Okay, so first things first, just make sure that you can all see me. Just tip the camera down slightly so you can all see me and you can all hear me. Okay, first thing we're going to do, guys, I want you to go down onto all fours. I want you to, if you have got a yoga mat or anything like that, do the width of the mat, bring your knees nice and wide apart so your toes are touching together, so your knees are about 60 centimeters apart, and just stretch it out all the way forward. Try and bring that forehead down onto the ground. Open those fingers nice and wide. Really spread open those fingers and getting that forehead down to the ground, pushing your bum into those feet. From this position, guys, just twist your hips to one side so you're getting a bit of a stretch, and then twist your hips to the other side. So you're getting a bit of a stretch down that one. You stretch it to one side and then to the other side. Bring it forward onto all fours. Stretch it down into a press-up position. Bring it back up. Bring the bum back down onto the heels, all the way down. Sink down into that ground. Hands nice and wide open. Bum pushing down onto the ground. Bring it forward onto all fours. Leave the knees where they are on the ground. Don't come off your knees. Lower it down into a press-up position. Push it back up. Bring the bum back down onto the heels. Pushing that bum down nice and low. Push it down. Stretch out those arms. Bring it up forward again so you're on your all fours. Keep the knees nice and wide open. Down into a nice press position. Push it back up and push the bum down onto the heels again. Keeping those arms and hands in the same position. Pushing that down, pushing that forehead into the ground. Bring it all the way back up again, nice and high. Drop it down into that press up again. Push it up, nice and strong. Pushing that bum down into the heels. Holding that there, pushing that bum down, nice and strong. Putting the weight into the hands, coming up on all fours. Tuck those toes underneath and push that bum all the way up into the air. So you've got a nice big V, guys. You can either interpret this as a downward dog or you can interpret it as getting ready to do elephant push-ups, whichever one you want. Try and tuck the chin forward so it's onto the chest. So you're really pushing that back and start walking through those legs. So you're pushing one heel down, then the other, one heel down, then the other, nice and slowly. Walking through those feet, pushing it down. Making sure that the head is pushed back through, trying to get the forehead onto the knees. Keep pedaling through these feet. Bring it up, push both heels into the ground. Lean the hips slightly to the right so you feel more of a stretch down the right leg. Bring the hips back to the middle. Dip the hips slightly to the left. Bring the hips back to the middle. Push that bum back into the air, nice and strong. Pushing it all the way back. Bring the body forward so you're in a nice high plank position and lower it down in a nice press up position, down nice and slowly. Lay the body on the floor and push the shoulders up. You know, yoga, you're in a cobra position. Anyone with lower back pain, make sure you stay down nice and low. Pushing that back up, all the way up. Pushing up onto your knees, guys. Push it back down, heels onto bum, stretching that out. Heels to bum. Bring it forward, back onto all fours, tuck the toes under, push the bum into the air, nice and high, back into that downward dog. Pushing it all the way forward. Bring it forward into a high plank position, lower it down in a nice, slow, controlled press up. Your body's laying on the floor, push your shoulders back into the air, into that cobra position, all the way up. Lower the body down again, Push it up so your bum is heading back down towards those heels. Pushing the bum down nice and low. For 3, 2, 1. Bring it forward, tuck the toes under, push the bum back up into the air, into that downward dog, pushing the heels all the way back down into the ground. Feel a really good stretch down the back of those legs. Bring it forward into a high plank. Nice, slow and controlled press up all the way down. Lay the body on the ground, untuck the toes, lift the upper body up into that cobra pose, hold it firm, drop it back down nice and slowly. Push up the bum, sending it all the way back to those heels again. Nice and strong, all the way back. Stretching out those arms as long as they'll go, pushing that bum down into the heels. All the way, tuck the toes under, sending the bum into the air, into a nice, strong downward dog position, pushing it all the way forward. Holding that strong. Step the right foot forward, nice and strong, stepping it forward so you've got a nice, strong pose like this. Drop that rear knee down, so your left knee's down on the ground, guys, and then push forward. So we do the stretch at the end of class. You're pushing forward in heels. Keep the hands on the ground if you want to, that's not a problem. Pushing it forward, try and bring that head up so you're looking forward. So you feel a nice stretch through both legs here. Holding this here firm, holding it strong. For 3, 2, 1. Tuck the left toe under, bring the right toe back, push the bum back into the air into a downward dog. Holding that there, nice and strong. Step the left foot forward, nice and close. Drop the right knee down. Release the hands if you want to, or carry on holding onto the ground, pushing that body up and pushing into that left leg. Again, so you feel a really good stretch down both legs, pushing it forward. Pop the hands onto the ground, tuck the toes under on the right foot, bring the left foot back and push the bum all the way up in the air, nice and strong. Holding that there strong. Drop it down onto all fours, push the bum back down onto the heels into a child's pose and holding it there, lie it there. Inhale it all the way in and exhale it all the way out. Inhale it all the way in and exhale it all the way out. Inhale it all the way in and exhale all of it out. Stand it up, tuck your toes under, push your bum back up into the air, into the downward dog, all the way down, nice and strong. Walk the feet in towards your hands, just very slowly, guys. Walk the feet in with soft knees, guys. Bring your hands in behind the back of your knees and just try and pull that forehead down into the knees, keeping the legs nice and bent. Bring them down into the knees. Holding that there. Pop the hands onto the floor or as close as you can get to the floor and try and straighten those legs up. Okay, if you can't straighten your legs with the hands on the floor, just put your hands underneath your knees or even on the tops of your thighs and try and bend that body forward so you've got a nice straight leg coming down. If you want, you can hold behind the calves or hold behind those thighs and try and pull your forehead into those knees. Just bending it over nice and strong, holding that there. Inhale it in, exhale it out through your mouth. Inhale it in your nose, exhale it out from your mouth. Inhale it in, exhale it out. Put a slight bend in those knees, guys, and roll this body all the way up nice and strong, nice and slowly, and drop those shoulders down the back, all the way, rolling them down the back. Bring them forward again, roll them down the back. Bring them forward, roll them down the back. Inhale the arms all the way up. Interlock the fingers like so, nice and strong, interlocked up, and stretch it all the way up to the sky, nice and tall. From this position, make sure your legs are over width apart. I want you to stretch the body all the way forward, bringing the arms forward, trying to keep that back nice and flat, bending at the hips. Bend it all the way down as low as you can. Hold it there for 3, 2, 1. Release the thumbs, bend the knees, roll that back all the way up nice and slowly with the shoulders rolling forward. Drop the shoulders all the way down the back. Inhale the arms all the way up. Stretch them up all the way up nice and tall. Bend it again forward at the waist. So just bend it, keeping those arms straight, the back straight, reaching, trying to get across the wall. All the way down, all the way down, all the way down to the ground. Hang it down, stretch the arms, push into the ground if you can reach it, and then release the arms, roll the back, and come up nice and slowly, all the way up, nice and slowly. Roll the shoulders back down the side of the body. Open the legs just over hip distance, and just lean it over to one side. You can pop your right hand on your waist or whichever arm, and let this other arm just hang down. Hold it there. You'll feel a stretch down the side of your body. It won't be 100% comfortable. Hold it there, keeping the legs nice and straight, and just pushing that hip line out. Make sure you left this arm hang nice and loose. Holding it there. Try and keep this pose, guys. Just try and hold that. Breathing it in and breathing it out. Holding it in this position. Breathing it in and breathing it out. Breathing it in and breathing it out. Put a little bend in those knees, guys, and then bring the body all the way up. Straighten up the legs. Put the other hand on the other waistline. Let the other arm hang down, nice and low, and bend it over. Making the loose arm heavy, just hanging there. Make sure the body is nice and straight, as if you're between two panes of glass, so your shoulders aren't leaning forward or backward. They're sort of stacked on top of each other. Keeping that arm hanging down, nice and low and heavy. As I say, this will feel slightly uncomfortable. Nothing you do today, guys, should hurt. Inhaling it in, exhaling it out. Hold it there. Inhaling it in, exhaling it out. Inhaling it in, exhaling it out. With a bend in the knees, guys, bring the body all the way back up to the center. Straighten up the legs. Just collect yourself here a second. Inhale the arms all the way up. Stretch them up. Nice and tall. All the way up. Stretching that up. Good work. Bend it down, guys. Open the legs nice and wide. Sit your bum down on the floor and put the soles of your feet together, guys. Bringing in your groin right in towards the heels, nice and strong. Holding onto those toes, pushing those legs down. Nice and wide. Wide apart as you can, getting into the groin area here, guys. From this position, try and lean it forward. Try and keep your head up. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your belly onto those heels. Your lower belly is trying to get onto those heels, okay? So keep the body nice and straight, the shoulders back, and try and just pull that forward. Just pulling that forward. Down as low as you can, pulling that forward. Holding those legs nice and wide, pulling it down slowly. Hold that there. For 3, hold it there. 2, 1. Good work, guys. Pick up your bib or your band or whatever you might have. Pick it up and lie down onto your back, guys. Lie it flat down. I want you to put one leg down nice and straight. Pop the bib onto the middle of your foot, okay? So you're like this, guys. Holding that leg. So the leg is nice and straight. Make sure you feel a really good stretch, okay? I want the leg to be straight, okay? If the bib is too short and you need something longer, just simply get something longer, guys. So you've got, well, this isn't much longer, but get something longer. So I don't care how low down your hands are, but I want that leg nice and straight, okay? So make sure, even some of you people who are a little less flexible, try and get this leg as straight as you can. Holding it there. You can hold it with one hand or two hands, it doesn't matter. Hold that leg. Make sure it's nice and straight, holding that there. You should feel it nice and tight down the back of your legs, okay? Just hold that there. Holding it there. Nice and strong. Keep holding that there. The leg nice and straight. Keep holding it there. Good work. If your leg's not straight, guys, try and straighten it a little bit if you can. Hold. Keep holding that, guys. Keep holding it. As you inhale it in, guys, now, I want you to try and bring that knee, keeping the leg straight, try and pull that leg towards your forehead a little bit. Okay, so you're trying to pull that knee in towards your forehead. It's a deep stretch, guys, on your hamstrings, get it all the way in, pull it in. Even if it starts to give you a little bit of pain, don't overdo it so you're agony, but it should be uncomfortable, guys. It should be uncomfortable. Try and keep holding that there. Your leg might start to shake a little bit with that, guys. Try and hold it strong. Now from this position, guys, keep the leg nice and straight. I want you to open up the leg that's in the air, pull that leg out to the side as far as you could go. Try and put it out at a right angle so that between your legs you've got a 90 degrees. So that leg is coming out to the sides. The leg is still straight. You've got your band or towel or whatever it is around you, and you're pushing it out to the side. Staying hold of it, holding that out. Just as straight as you can, guys. So you should feel this more now on the inside of the leg. Holding that out nice and strong. Just hold it there, inhaling it in, exhaling it out. Inhaling it in, exhaling it out. Inhaling it in, exhaling it out. The next inhalation, guys, bring the leg back up, nice and strong, all the way back up into the air. So you're back to our starting position. Bend the knee slightly and bring that leg down. Shake out the legs on the floor, shake them out. Now lie there for a second and feel the difference between the two legs. See if you can feel the difference between the leg that was up in the air and stretching about the place and the other leg. It should feel nice and stretched and long and lovely. Bring up the other leg now, so the one you haven't done. Put the bib, or whatever it is, under the center of your foot and straighten that leg up nice and strong into the air. Straighten it up. As I say, if you need to get something longer, sometimes one leg's different from the other. If you need to get something longer, get it. Try and keep that leg straight. It's better that the leg's straight, but your hands are much lower down, closer to your body. Try and keep it as straight as you can. As I say, people that are a little less flexible, your hands might be nearly down on your belly. Make sure that leg is straight. Try pushing it out nice and strong. Feeling this stretch. Keep holding that there, hold it there. Breathe into it. I know it's probably hurting a little bit, just try and stay there, nice and strong, keeping it in the air, keeping that back nice and low onto the ground, nice and grounded all the way down. Your hips should be level, your arms should be straight, nice and strong. Inhale it in, exhale it out. Inhale it in, exhale it out. Try now and pull that leg in closer towards you. So you're just putting a bit of extra stretch on that, trying to get that knee a bit closer to your head. pulling it forward. It'll be a long, strong stretch, guys. I can feel this super deep. I've got really, really tight hamstring. Holding this strong, hold it there. Holding it there, keep it there. Breathe through the pain. Holding it there nice and strong. It should not be agony, guys, okay? It should be a bit of stress, but you should not be in agony. Just lie there and think how much better than burpees this is. Nice and strong. Take the band into one hand. So if you're doing your left leg in the air, pop the bands into the left leg and open that leg nice and strong at the side. You might need to stretch your right arm out for balance onto the other side. Stretch it out as far as you can to the side, keeping it nice and straight. So again, between your legs, you have a nice right angle, hopefully. It's not a right angle, guys, and it's more acute. That's not a problem at all. Nice and strong, out to the side. Really opening up that leg. Holding that there. Letting the weight of the leg fall down to the ground, but your left arm is taking some of the weight in it as well. It should feel like a really, really good stretch, guys. Inhale it in and exhale it out. Inhale it in and exhale it out. Inhale it in and exhale it out. With your next inhalation, bring that leg all the way back to the top. Bend that knee slightly, take your band away and drop that leg down and wobble them out. Just shake them out a little bit, bending at the knees, shaking them out, jiggling them up and down. Good work, guys. Pop your hands underneath the backs of your knees and bring the knees in nice and strong to the chest. Okay, we're going to do something now, guys, that some of you might find a little tricky, but just stay with it. When you're in the next position, guys, don't roll your head from side to side, okay? So keep the head in the same position. I want you to put your back, so bend your knees, the back of the head is on the ground, and you're looking up to the sky or the ceiling. So keep the neck and the head in this position, nice and strong, the back of the head. I want you to lift the knees up and there, pop the hands on the back of your hips and try and straighten the legs into the air, okay? If you straighten the legs or balance, guys, just keep the knees nice and bent. So the back of your arms are on the ground. Keep those knees nice and bent if you want to. If you can, try and straighten them up. Try and straighten them up. Nice and tall. Holding that there. Nice and strong. Engaging the abs, keeping those legs super straight. As I say, the knees are bent, that's fine. That's not a problem. Bend the knees. Holding that there. From this position, guys, I want you to start bending the toes down to the ground behind the head. Nice and straight, controlled. If your knees are bent, that's fine. You might want to pop the palms down onto the ground. Nice and flat. Try and bend that body over, pushing it over. Pushing it over, nice and strong. As far over as you can. If your knees are bent, guys, and you look a bit like this, that is not a problem, okay? Popping the hands on the ground, so you're trying to get a really nice curve into that back. As I say, if you're only up here or wherever you are, that is fine. Just stick with it. Just try putting a nice curl into that back. Holding that there, nice and firm. We're not staying here for long, guys, so don't worry. Nice work. Pop the hands onto the lower back, a bit of support, And just roll this down nice and slowly with either straight legs or bent legs, it doesn't matter. So you're nice and flat down onto the ground. Holding it there with bent knees and just lie it there and let the back settle into the ground. Inhale it in, exhale it out. Inhale it in, exhale it out. Put the hands in under behind the backs of the knees and just start gently rocking it forward and backwards until you're up into a seated position, guys. Okay, make sure you can see me. If you can't see my arms, guys, unmute yourselves and let me know because the screen's a bit far away. Okay, the position you're going to be on the ground, guys, is the left arm is going to be across the front of your body and the right arm is going to be forward, okay? So the right arm is high in the air and the left arm is across the front of the body like this, okay? So we're back onto our knees, going back down to your bum is down onto the heels, okay? Lean it forward into the child's pose like we did at the beginning. And then now I want you to tuck that left arm across the body. The palm is facing down onto the ground. Your forehead is on the ground and your right arm is stretched forward. So you're in this position on the ground, right? On this position, all the way down. The arm is across, the forehead is on the ground. We're going to get into this stretch, guys, but just hold this there for now. Holding it there, just holding it there, getting a stretch on that left shoulder. Hold it there for a bit longer. Okay, bring it back up onto all fours now, guys. Now this is going to look odd, but just bear with me. So you're onto all fours. Stretch that right arm nice and far in front. Keep the bum in the air and stretch that arm back to how we just did, but keeping the bum in the air this time. Laying down into this pose. The forehead should be on the ground, the left arm across the front of the body, and the bum nice and high in the air. Good, nice, really, really good work, guys. Nice and strong, holding that there. Inhaling it in and exhaling it out. Really nice, all of you. Well done. Holding that strong, stretching that straight arm out a little bit further if you can. Really stretching that forward. Good work. Inhaling it in and exhaling out. Try and put a little bit more of an arch into your back if you can do. Really stretching that out. Try and wiggle those fingers out just another little inch if you can, wiggling them forward and back with just another little inch. Keep holding it there. Might start to feel a little bit uncomfortable, guys. I know it's not an ideal sleeping position. Holding that there, nice and strong. For 3, 2, 1. Push the bum back onto the heels, guys, and just slowly come out of that. Nice and slowly all the way up. We're going to bring the right arm now across the front of the left, the other one forward. So we're going to the easy position first, where the bum is down on the heels and the forehead is down onto the ground. Holding that there. So your left arm now is out straight, the palm of the hand on the ground facing down. The right arm should be across the front of the body. If you're doing the opposite arm, it doesn't matter. Try and get that forehead down onto the ground and that bum is sinking into the heels all the way down. Sinking in, holding this nice and firm. Making that body nice and heavy if you can, feeling a really good stretch onto that shoulder. You feel like you're in knots, guys, that's fine. You feel like, where exactly am I getting this stretch? Don't worry about it, that's fine. What you're doing is great. Come out of that slowly, pushing into the ground, into the more difficult version of this. So you're up on all fours. Stretch out that left arm, slightly bring the right arm across the body. Push that bum all the way into the air. So you get a nice deep arch. Stretch out that left arm in the front and the right arm to the side. Holding this out nice and deep. You're trying to push those shoulders into the ground, the chest going into the ground, but the bum in the air. Holding this down nice and strong. Inhaling it in, exhaling it out. Inhaling it in, exhaling out. Remember, try to creep the fingers on the left hand forward. So you're feeling a nice stretch down the side of that arm, just heading behind the armpit. Bring the arms in, push it back up, pushing those heels back onto the toes. Good work, guys. I want you to tuck the toes underneath like this, okay? So you're sitting back, so your toes are scrunched under like this. You're sitting up into a high kneel position. Drop the shoulders down the back, and put your bum onto your heels, okay? Sit up nice and strong in this position, okay? Make sure your toes are tucked under and you're getting a good stretch on all those toes. Holding that there. Dropping the shoulders down the back, looking up, nice and tall. All I want you to do in this position, guys, make sure the toes are pushed under. Some of you will be able to sit here for a long time. Others, this might start to hurt you already on the toes, okay? They might hurt you already. Shoulders, arms, nice ones. Try and stay in this position, okay? Up nice and tall. Imagine that puppeteer again. Twist that neck all the way around to the left-hand side. Keeping those toes tucked under, keeping that back nice and straight. Trying to look as far over that shoulder as you can. Keep on twisting that neck all the way around, holding it around. You're looking over your left or right shoulder as strong as you can. Holding that there. Keep on stretching it back, stretching it back, stretching it back. Bring it slowly back into the middle, nice and strong. Looking forward, nice strong bodies. Keep those toes tucked under if you can. Keep it under. Even if you're in agony, guys, try and stay the toes tucked under. Twist the head all the way around to the other side. Really looking over that shoulder. Really stretching it over a stretch all the way down the back of that neck. All the way down. Holding it there, stretching it back. Keep the toes under if you can. And bring that head nice and strong back to the center. Shake out the arms, untuck the toes, lie it down onto your back. Your knees are bent.
Agony. That was agony.
Good. The knees are nice and bent, guys, okay? What you want to do, okay, is your legs should be just hip distance apart, okay? So between your legs, well, depending on how big your hips are, but I've got, I don't know, you should have about 4 inches between your knees, depending on your hips. They're not wide apart, nice and strong. I want you to push those hips all the way up in the air, pushing them up as high as you can. Your glutes should be engaged, nice and strong. If this is enough for you guys, that's absolutely fine. Otherwise, for people who want to extend it, I want you to bring your hands underneath and interlock the fingers underneath. Tuck the shoulders in, guys, okay? So you're tucking the shoulders in nice and tight, okay? So from behind, guys, your hands are like that, and then you bring them together and you tuck them all the way forward. So your chest is open, nice and wide, all the way up. So tucking the shoulder back in. So your shoulders, your scapula basically at the back are squeezing together as much as possible. The hands are strong, the hips are all the way up in the air. Pushing those glutes all the way up, nice and strong. Again, this should not hurt, guys. Should feel slightly uncomfortable. The tops of your thighs Should maybe be a little bit tired at this stage. The scapula nice and strong, pinching together. All the way, pushing that up, holding that strong. For 3, 2, push up, push the hips, keep pushing them up. 1. Unlock those hands nice and slowly. Start easing the shoulders out and bring the hips all the way down to the ground. Hug the knees into the chest. Make you a nice little ball. Bring the head forward so your chin is tucking onto those knees. And bring it back. And again, bring the feet onto the ground. The knees just hip distance apart. Push the hips up into the air, keeping the shoulder on the ground. If you want to just stay here like this, that's absolutely fine. Otherwise, bring the hands together. Bring the scapula in, nice and tight together. Exactly what we just did, guys. Pinching those shoulders in at the back, pushing the hips all the way up into the sky, nice and strong. All the way up, holding this here. Engaging the glutes, engaging the thighs, arch the lower back, nice and strong, all the way up. For 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring the bum down. Unlock the hands, drop the hips down to the ground. Open the shoulders nice and wide. Bring the knees up to the chin. Wrap your arms around the shins and tuck that chin onto your chest, onto your knees, into a nice little ball. Holding that there. 3rd time, guys. Pop the feet down onto the ground. Push the hips all the way up into the air into a bridge position. Hold that there if you want to, or interlock those hands, bringing the shoulders in underneath the body, holding that tight, pushing them into the air. Push them up as high as you can, nice and strong. So your bum should be clenched. You should be getting your pelvis up to the sky or the ceiling, pushing that up, digging deep into those heels. Pushing, pushing, pushing. For 3, keep pushing. 2, 1. Let go of the hands. Drop that down, nice and slowly down. Open up the shoulders, nice and wide. And bring the knees, nice and tight, into the chest. Bring the head up so that your chin is touching those knees. Good work, guys. Bring it down, open the arms nice and wide. So you're still lying on your back, guys. Your knees are bent, your arms are open nice and wide. The palms are facing up, so your arms are in a crucifix position, guys. Okay, bring the knees up as if we're going to do little crunches, but don't cross the legs. Bring them up so that they're a nice right angle, guys, like this. So you've got a nice right angle at the waistline. As I say, if we're going to do crunches, that the feet are not bent, okay? Your palms are facing upward. Simply dip those legs without dropping them down. Dip them over to the left-hand side, trying to keep a nice right angle. So your arms are up, your palms are facing upwards. The knees are hopefully coming out at a right angle from your waist, and then they're bending down at a right angle to the toes. Bring the head over to the right-hand side, so you're looking in an opposite direction to your knees. Stretching that out nice and tall. Flip the hands over now, so the palms are facing down. And try and straighten those arms as long as you can, making them nice and long. Twisting over. So your knees should be on the left and your right shoulder, you want to press that into the ground. Trying to keep the shoulders on the ground and just twisting that torso over. Nice and strong. Stretching those arms out, palms down, wiggling the fingers out every few seconds as far as you can, pushing both shoulders down into the ground. Holding that there. Inhaling it in, exhale it out. Inhale it in, exhale it out. Inhale it in, exhale it out. As you inhale it in, guys, Bring the knees up, all the way up, so you're on your back, lying there with your knees at a nice right angle, and flip the hands over again so the palms are facing upwards. Just rock it there in this position, backwards and forwards. Make sure those knees stay at a nice firm right angle. You've always got to be working those abs. Then drop the knees over to the right hand side, all the way over, nice and strong. Trying to keep them in a nice right angle from your waistline. And then the legs come down nice and straight from the side. Twist the head away from the knees in the opposite direction, pushing both shoulders down into the ground. Flip the hands over so the palms are facing down. And try and stretch those arms out nice and long, all the way up. Make sure you try and push the shoulders into the ground, so you're melting the shoulders down into the ground. The knees are bent. You're feeling a really nice twist down the side of that body. Holding that there nice and firm. Inhaling it in, exhaling it out. Inhaling it in, exhaling it out. Stretching those arms out nice and wide, guys, all the way out nice and wide. Inhaling it in, exhaling it out. On your next inhale, bring the knees all the way back up to the middle, holding it strong. Straighten the legs out in front of you and straighten the arms above your head. Now, with your left hand, I want you to hold your right wrist, okay? Left hand onto the right wrist like this, above your body, okay? Now listen in, I want you to keep your bum where it is, but I want you to walk your shoulders out to the side. So with your body, guys, you're trying to make a banana shape, okay? So your upper body should be twisted out to the left-hand side. Your bum stays where it is, okay? So the upper body is twisted. Now I want you to bring your feet out so they are in line with your hands. So you're making a banana shape on the ground. And cross that right leg over the left ankle if you can. If anybody doesn't understand or can't see me, let me know. So your bum is in one position, guys, and then your arms are either over to the left, well, say the left-hand side, and your feet are into the left-hand side. So you're trying to make a C shape with your body. If you can't cross your right leg over the left leg, that's absolutely fine. Just keep it lying on the ground. Sometimes if you cross it over, guys, gives you a bit of leverage. Bend that leg slightly if you need to. They don't need to be straight. Holding that there in a nice C shape. Holding that there nice and strong. Hold it there. Now with the left hand, I want you to try and pull that right arm. So you're trying to make that side of your body longer, just giving a gentle pull on it. Holding that there. So if you're leaning over to the left, your left hand should be grasping your right wrist. And then your left arm is pulling that right arm slightly over. Your hips are on the ground. So the left hand side of your body is slightly crunched and your right hand side is nice and long and straight. Keep pulling that right arm nice and strong with the left hand. You might start to shake a little bit or feel a little bit uncomfortable. Try and bear with this. Try and bring it through. Holding that there nice and strong. Inhaling it in, exhaling it out. Pulling that left arm nice and strong. Inhaling it in, exhaling it out. Keeping that strong. Last time, inhaling it in. Hands nice and slowly, guys. Release it down nice and slowly. Pop the feet on the ground and wiggle the body back into a nice straight position. Nice and slow. Bend the knees and drop that lower back into the ground. Just relaxing it down, guys. Just lay it there for 1 second. The knees are bent, the arms are slightly bent, the palms are facing down. You're sinking and pushing your lower back into the floor. Wriggle it out a little bit if you want to. Straighten the legs out in front of you. Straighten the arms behind you. Hold your left wrist with your right hand. So you're going into a nice clenched position like we just did there. Your left wrist is being grasped by the right arm. Your arms are nice and strong above the body. Walk the body, the top body, over to the right hand side again. So you're making the top of that C. Twist your right leg over to the side, pushing it out, and try and loop that left foot over the top. So again, you've got that nice big C shape or banana shape. So the right hand side of the body is slightly scrunched together, and the left hand side is long and straight. Your left hip will be coming up slightly. Try and keep it down nice and low if you can. But you'll feel that more of your right bum cheek is on the ground. That's fine. Holding that there. With that left arm, with the right arm, start pulling the left arm nice and strong. Walk the shoulders a bit more if you can. So you've got really nice curve on that body. Nice, strong and straight. Pulling that right arm slowly over. Making it nice and strong. As I say, if you shake a little bit, guys, that's fine. Inhaling it in, exhaling it out. Inhaling it in, exhaling it out. Should feel a really nice stretch down the left hand side. As I say, you shouldn't be completely relaxed. Your body will be in tension slightly. So you might be wobbling slightly. Try and really pull that left arm with that right arm. Nice and strong, pulling it over. All the way, inhaling it in, exhaling it out. Inhaling it in, exhaling it out. Keep it this strong, guys, keeping it strong. Inhaling it in, exhaling it out. Release that wrist, slowly drop the shoulders back down and walk the feet back into the middle. So the body should be nice and straight now. Wriggle the shoulders round. So the hips and the shoulders are in line. The knees are bent, the arms are slightly bent to the side of the body, and the palms are falling heavy into the ground. Just release this all down a second. Shake it out a little bit if you want. Wobble it out nice and strong. Resting that out. Good work, guys. Lying that down and then slowly coming onto the backs of your arms. So you're just into this position, guys. So your shoulders are up nice and strong into this position. And I want you to try and push this lower back into the ground. Your feet will come off the ground and push that lower back down. So you're on your forearms, the palms are facing down, the knees are up as tight as you can. If you can only get your knees to here, guys, that's fine. Pushing that lower back down into the ground. The feet are flexed, the toes are coming up nice and strong. The 3, 2, 1. Pushing the body up, guys. Coming up into this position. So you're just sitting there nice and strong, guys. Holding that there nice and strong. Straighten the legs out in front of you. Nice and strong there. And just try and reach it forward, just gently. Reaching that forward. For 3, 2, 1. Bring the body up nice and straight. Bend the legs, pop the hands in between the legs and push the bum up. Your legs should be hip distance apart, guys. Sorry, over hip distance apart. The legs should be straight and just hang that body down in the middle. Hanging it down, okay? The legs are nice and straight. The arms are open, hanging down, nice and heavy. all the way down, nice and heavy. Heel toe the feet all the way in and roll that body up, nice and strong, dropping the shoulders down the back of the body. Okay, make sure you've got a little bit of space behind you. If you're on a yoga mat, come to the front of the mat, okay? Your hips are just over hip distance apart. Inhale the arms all the way up so they're nice and strong above you. Bend it over at the waistline so the hands come down to the ground. Step the right leg back. Drop the right knee down to the ground. Push the arms into the air, up and nice and strong, all the way back. Hold it there. Bring the arms forward, either side of the left foot, palms onto the ground. Step the left leg back, all the way back, so you're in a high plank position. Lower that body down, nice and slowly. Press it up into a little mini cobra position. Bring the body all the way back down. Push the hands into the ground. Push the body all the way up into a nice, strong downward dog. Pushing the heels into the ground. Bring the right leg forward. Drop the left knee down onto the ground. Bring the arms up strong into the air, all the way up. Back nice and straight, glutes engaged, arms strong. Bring those hands down either side of that right leg. Step the left leg forward. With a slight bend in the legs, guys, roll up that body all the way up, nice and strong. Inhale the arms all the way above your head. Bend that over, keeping the legs nice and straight all the way down. Step the left leg back, guys. Pop the left knee onto the ground. Inhale the arms all the way up, nice and strong. Putting a stretch into those hip flexors. Arms up, nice and straight. Bring the hands down either side of the right foot. Tuck the toes under, push the right foot back into that downward dog position, pushing the heels into the ground, all the way down. Bring the left leg forward, drop the right knee down to the ground, untuck the toe, drive the arms all the way up nice and strong, stretching them up all the way up into the sky, holding that firm all the way up. Drop the hands down, either side of that foot. Bring the right leg forward to meet the left leg. With a bend in those knees, raise the body all the way up, nice and slowly. Rolling that up, nice and slowly. Drop the shoulders down the back of the body. Dropping the shoulders down. Pop the hand, the fist just into the small of the back there, guys. People with lower back problems, be careful with this one. And just try and tuck that back just a little bit. Not over, don't overstretch this, guys. Just a little bit, holding that there. For 3, 2, 1. Bring that body up nice and straight. Bending the knees, drop the body down. So you're going down into a seated position, guys. Just sitting on the floor there. Nice and strong all the way up. Pop the right hand onto the left knee and pop the left hand behind the center of your body. Twist it up nice and tall, all the way around. Stretching that back all the way around. For 3, 2, 1. Bring it back into the middle. Put the left hand onto the right knee. Put the right hand behind the center back of the body. Inhale it all the way in and twist it all the way around to the other side. Nice and strong, all the way around. Back up into the middle, bring the feet up, and I want you to lie it down on the ground, okay? You can have bent legs if you want to, or you can have your legs nice and straight out. I don't mind which way you do it. If you've got lower back problems, it's probably better to bend those legs straight. Pop the palms so they're facing up to the sky, and the backs of the hands are down on the ground. Drop the shoulders down the back a little bit, so wiggle the palms down, and then relax it into the ground. Inhale it in for 1. All the way deep in, deep in, deep in, and exhale for 2. Listen to the counting, that's all you're listening to. Inhale for 3, all the way in, nice and strong. Deep, 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 deep. Exhale for 4. Inhale deeply for 5. All the way in. Nice and deep, all the way in. Exhale for 6. Inhale all the way in for 7. Nice and deep, all the way in. Exhale for 8. Inhale all the way in for 9. And exhale for 10. Lie there and think of one good thing you're going to do today. One thing you want to achieve or one thing you want to enjoy. Whether you've just done it, that's fine. Whatever it is, just think of one thing. One thing that you're going to do, whether it's water your plants, call a friend, whatever it is. One good, positive thing you're looking forward to doing. Pop the hands in behind the back of the knees. Roll it all the way up till you're in a seated position. Wrap the arms around the body. All the way around, nice and strong, so you feel a big, big hug. This is from me to you. Have a lovely day, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.